Batch It is life. Now, we have a sponsor this week.
We do.
Chicken flavour.
Twisties.
So make sure you go out, get Twisties, chicken
flavour. Only
and
cheese
you can get
flavour.
a 200% discount. That's right. They will pay you to buy these. So everyone go use the code BATCHIT and you'll be on. Alrighty. Let's kick straight into it, Tours. What do you reckon?
Oh, I'm waiting for you.
Far out, Tours. Look at chat. Chat's going off. Who we got? We got Casper. How are we doing?
We have all the beautifuls rolling. Joey Wilson.
Sav. Holy shit, Sav's on time.
Sav is here.
Holy fuck, guys. Holy
Gold
fuck.
Miss K. Miss K and I have been having a lovely chat.
And Smooth Criminal. I don't know who that is, but welcome, weirdo.
They're awesome, apparently.
Been waiting for the notification. Aww. Adorable.
Well, I got one on my. We were testing it before we went live, and we were like, "Hey, no notification," and then bang!
Yeah. I got it just as we were about to go live, though. So maybe it did it on purpose. You know what I mean?
Who knows? But we're here.
How I existed, by the way.
Yuck! Cheese is the only way to go when it comes to a twisty. Like chicken ones are what you eat when you're absolutely desperate for a twisty, and that's all there is left.
Yeah. I was going to grab a handful and shove it in, but I'm glad I didn't.
I used to be a huge cheese twisty. Like that was what I ate. Yum. Really good munchy food when you're a uni student, that sort of stuff. I've found in the last few years, and I don't buy them very often, but occasionally there'll be like a huge bag for $1. And I always grab them. They're always stale. Yeah, they're always stale.
That's why they're $1.
They're not past their use by date though.
My go-to back in my drug days was Dino Snacks. Have you ever had Dino Snacks?
No. They're like,
they're so stupid. They're chicken nuggets, but in the shape of dinosaurs. And we used to eat those like that would.
What, like frozen ones?
Yeah. And you just
I bet there's absolutely no. Yeah, there's no chicken in them at all. It's something.
Oh no.
Tending to be chicken.
Dino Snacks. They're I don't know if they still I imagine they would.
I think they came out when I was too old. Like I think if you ate them when you were kids, like if your parents sort of fed them to you as children, then you just carried them through until your later years.
I never had them as a kid. I only ever had them in my early 20s when I was fucked.
Oh, I've never heard of them. And I guess I can go through life knowing that not eating them will never be
They're pretty good. I recommend them to all. Everyone, go get Dino Snacks. That'll be the sponsor of next week's episode.
I don't want to try. Yeah. Groceries are so expensive now. Like, I only want to buy the things I want to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let me get my first story up.
Like what? Let's change this to a food show. What do we reckon?
I'd be happy to do that. I used to get Japanese snack boxes, like as a subscription box. And they'd come every month, and I'd go live and try all of these different Japanese snacks. And I used to put teas in the box as well. And one time there was this little bag of really rock hard little black ball things, and I nearly broke a tooth on them. And it turns out they were like little tea balls you were meant to like put in with boiling water. I thought that was I know. Fucking idiot. So and an idiot.
I do love going to those Japanese stores. They're the best. They got the best stuff on sale.
Oh yeah, I love I've now forgotten the name of them. The little panda bear things.
Oh, the chocolates, the sticks.
Oh yeah, and the sticks too. But and the little round ones, and they're like they've got Nutella in them. Oh my god, they're so good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're on fire.
They are so good.
All right, let's kick it off, Doris. Let's kick it off.
I always go down the Japanese section at the supermarket and grab myself some of those little snacks. Are yummy.
We'll pause the show and we'll be back in an hour, guys. We're just going to go get some snacks, all right?
And I've just got my cuppa. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, you guys hear that? It's the sound of a fresh open Coke. All right, Tor,
Great.
what do you got for us?
That's just what we need is Hyper Finn. Because wow, skull
that went
that.
up the nose. That went up the
skull
nose.
that bitch. Woo-hoo.
I was gonna do the whole tilt it back, but I was like, nah, it's too much.
It was a very long.
Caffeine,
it was a very short
that?
hour, Casper. It was a very short hour. My
We
story's
just put it on time speed,
backstage.
that's why.
You bring it up whenever you're ready, Grooves.
You know what? I've actually got my webcam over the stage, so that's going to be quite annoying, I think. There we go.
Now, this first story, we're going to discuss art.
Art.
When you were at school, did you study art? Was it a subject?
They made us do it in 8 and 9, yeah, grade 8 and 9.
Yeah, and you studied artists and you learnt about things, including Michelangelo's statue of David, which is a naked man. But it's like considered to be one of the most beautiful things ever created by man. And none of the teachers at the time had to put a little fig leaf over his doodle or anything. Like, we were shown a statue and we saw his penis, and at times the immature amongst us might have had a wee chuckle at it as well. But it wasn't
definitely worth a chuckle.
Deemed, it's not exactly a monstrosity. But this
considering the rest of his physique, you'd think it'd be a bit different.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a bigger. But anywho, a principal at a school in the US of A, at the Tallahassee Classical School in Florida, of course, she showed a class of 6th grade students pictures of Michelangelo's David, and she was sacked for doing that. Parents were concerned. They're grade 6, you're 11 years old. Don't you think it's okay to know what a real dick looks like? Well, not a real dick. I mean a statue's dick. Why would you sack a school principal for teaching the kids about classical artwork? And, yeah, the parents complained, and so she got the sack. There he is.
Because the statue's out in public. Like, you don't need to – there's no age restriction to go see the statue.
But, I mean, we need to normalise genitalia for children, for God's sake. Like, as if an 11-year-old kid hasn't seen another kid's bits, or their dads or their mums, whatever. Like, seriously. We were learning, basic anatomy younger than grade 6. So, anyway, she got sacked. They were being taught about Renaissance art, and they got to see the sculpture David. They got to see Botticelli's Birth of Venus. No one got upset about that. And the fat-shaming parents out there would be saying that Botticelli's women are all too chonky. But anyway, she was sacked. And when the story broke out, because it did, and this is why I love this story, but the batship, it was her being sacked, they actually, Italy flew her to Italy. So she can look at the statue of David in the flesh, and there she is. That's her on the right. Fucking loving it. Yeah.
Wow.
And notice they didn't,
they didn't blur
his doodle.
You can see the junk.
So
look at that.
She got the last laugh. Hope Carrasquilla, flown over at the expense of Italy to have a look at David's doodle in the flesh. So sucked in, you whiny, wokey, pathetic parents who, for some reason, think that it's offensive for your 11 and 12-year-old kids to know what a naked statue looks like. Keep your David hidden.
Go through like a stage where they went around and chiseled all the penises off and put leaves over them.
Yeah, they did.
A couple of 100 years they went like that, I think.
Yeah, they did.
It's just like a repeat of that. Idiots.
What a joke, though. But good on her. Hope got to go to Italy, and she's probably still there eating lots of pasta and having a good old laugh and saying, fuck that school back in Florida. This is living. I'm staying
Which
here.
One is she? The left or
She's
the
the
right?
one on the right. She's on the right.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So Cecily Holberg, she's the director of the museum where David's doodle can be viewed. But I just think sucked in. to those parents. And of course, the story came from Florida. Are we surprised?
I love the Floridians.
If I was a parent, I would be complaining about the other parents who complained about the teacher. I'd be saying, I want my child to know what naked bodies look like, and I want my kids to be proud of their naked bodies. And this is all part of growing up, and I want my kids to know about beautiful artworks as well. So fuck them all.
You could do that. I don't know how well that'd go down, though, telling other parents that. I don't know if they'd be for it.
I'd have a crack. Sav is not impressed. Savannah, what are you not impressed about? That she got flown to Italy, or that the parents complained?
A bit of jealousy about not going to Italy, I would assume. Classic
but yes,
Sav.
so that is the first story of this week's show. It is about the statue of David's doodle.
My first one. Let me finish eating. Jeez. Relax, Tori. Give me a moment. All right?
I'm totes relaxed, man.
Stop rushing me, all right?
There's no rush on mine.
So we all know Alex Stein, right?
It's not a very impressive doodle, Savannah. No, it's not. But he could be a grower, not a shower. Do not be judging.
Yeah. How dare you judge? You're always so judgy, Sav. Jeez. Not everyone can live up to your insane standards, all right?
It could be cold there, Casper. See, Casper's come up with the perfect defense for David.
In Italy.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And like I said, he could be a grower, not a shower. Don't underestimate the flaccid doodle. You might be surprised.
Anyway.
Just saying.
So Alex Stein, he's been watching our show to us, and he's seen the clip that I played last week about old mate, old love, roasting the Eric Swalwell about Fang Fang, the Chinese spy that he slept with. So he decided to go confront him in real life and see what would happen. Just all about rip on him. So let's enjoy this.
Eric, is this Fang Fang the Chinese spy, Eric? Remember when you slept with that Chinese spy, Eric? Why don't you ever talk about that, Fang Fang? Remember you're banging Fang Fang? Did she give you anal? People are saying that she gave you an insertion. Is that true? This is the guy's banging Chinese spies. Nobody investigates you, Eric. Why is that? Nobody investigates this guy banging Chinese spies like it's no big deal.
Anyway, a bit awkward, but still quite funny.
The question on everyone's lips, did the Chinese spy arrive in the US of A in a balloon?
Like a hot air balloon, you mean?
Like the Chinese spy balloon. The weather balloon.
Oh.
My favourite balloon that got blown out of the sky this year. How have you forgotten about it already? The little innocent Chinese weather balloon.
I think it was just
No, I'm being silly. Oh, Finn. You need to put something in that Coca-Cola, something with a bit of alcohol in it.
Hey,
like, dude.
Don't you insult Coke, all right?
I did a rest in peace for that Chinese weather balloon, and you were fired up going, it was a spy balloon. And I just did a joke about, did the Chinese spy arrive in a balloon and straight over the head, top of your head it went.
Where?
The point was here, and this is where
Finn like
went.
That balloon.
Woo! Yeah, the Chinese weather balloon.
Which one?
He did get, I thought the same thing, Miss K, when that was playing. I was like, I'm surprised you didn't say, did you get the bang bang from Fang Fang?
Yeah.
Bang bang.
That would have been way better. Normally he's real quick with the
I know,
comments,
but he didn't, because I had the same thought as Miss K. Yeah, it was a perfect place to say bang bang. But anyway, he missed his opportunity.
But yes, her real name is Fang Fang. And somehow he's not being investigated for sleeping with a Chinese spy, which is like, I feel like that should warrant some sort of investigation, is to find out.
It probably would be. If they're going to blow an innocent little Chinese weather balloon out of the sky, they should really be looking into this too.
Like,
I'm surprised they haven't blown him off the pavement, really.
Maybe if it came out like straight after, he's like, oh, I hooked up with a spy, and you just started blasting it on Twitter or whatever, and like sending her photos everywhere. Just to get it out of it.
He could write a memoir, The Spy Who Loved Me, although that name's already taken. Yeah. But you know what? He could do
that would be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be funny at least. But because he's hiding it and he's not being investigated, that's a bit suspect.
Yeah, but his advisors, the advice they always get is deny, or say nothing, say nothing, say nothing. So, you know.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain it not getting investigated. That's very odd still.
Don't send Feng Feng back to China. She's just doing her thing. He's the one who's crossed the line. Just like the Chinese weather balloon. They should be treated the same way.
Who?
They should be treated
What do you got for
way.
us, Tors?
Let me bring this up.
Humanimal. Fuck. Yeah.
Hey, Humanimal. I know you like your fast food.
She's probably already back in China, actually, Sav. Nah, fast food's fucking gross.
It is gross. Wait till you hear this story. Look at you. You're drinking your twisties. Oh, my God. You're disgusting. Good to see you, Humanimal. Have you missed heaps?
You know what I mean?
You've missed 2 stories.
Yeah.
We've had a look at the statue of David's penis, and we've been talking about an American penis being inserted in a Chinese spy.
Guess who did the penis story, Humanimal? Have a guess. I'll give you 2 guesses.
2 guesses.
That's what I'm going for, Sav. That's what I'm going for.
I hope her first guess is Finn and her second guess is Finn.
Nah. We all know who the penis story is in this channel.
Well, it was, to be honest, it was about woke Floridian parents being snowflakes about their children looking at classical art.
Dance around.
We barely saw David's doodle because there's not much to see. Now, you're going to put up my story since you've showed how much you dislike fast food. Listen to this gross tale.
Yeah, go on.
A couple has discovered McDonald's fries in a bath. They're doing a reno at home, and in the wall they've found some McDonald's fries that are 63 years old, and they were preserved.
Nice.
They were still identifiable. So they also found 2 hamburger wrappers that had the original logo from when McDonald's first opened back in 1955, and that's the original McDonald's. Look how funky that building is. Like, look at that, man. What is that? Yeah, 15 cents. The Speedy Service System. They've sold over 12 million. But how funky is that building?
Yeah, that's an.
I mean, I don't like. I think McDonald's is such a blur on our landscape. They're disgusting. If they look like that, I'd be like, it's still Macca's, but check out that deco design. Like, I love it.
It's like 70s futuristic, but in the 50s.
I know. It's beautifully described. Good to see you, Aussie Tad.
I'm loving the cars out front. The cars.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, the cars do look absolutely sick.
Look at the curves.
The original golden arches.
No, like the cars. The curves.
Oh, and the cars too. Well, the whole there's curves everywhere, even here.
That is true.
But yeah, so they found these fries and they were still well preserved. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily want to eat them, but they recently decided to remodel the kitchen and bathroom in this house that they bought in 2015. And there they found the vintage surprise when the owner, the male owner, Rob, it's Rob and Grace Jones, not Grace Jones, the singer, by the way. But they started taking out the toilet paper holder and lo and behold, shoved in the wall, some fries from McDonald's.
Why were they put in the wall is the question I want to know.
Well, I mean, 63-year-old fries, do you think the person that shoved them there is still going to be around to tell the tale?
But I want to know.
See back up here, if I can zoom in, this little dude up the top, that was the original McDonald's mascot, and he was called Speedy. See how it's got Speedy?
He's winking at me. I don't like this.
He is winking.
Like he wants to fight.
He's like, eat my fries. So yeah, they were still intact. So even back in the 50s, they packed their goodies with so many friggin' preservatives that they were still recognizable. I don't think there's an actual photo of them though. Let me see.
What they do now with their fries is so nuts. Like when they get the potatoes, They leave them in a warehouse for, I think it's like 3 months or something. And then they come in full hazmat suits, like no joke, hazmat suits, and spray them with so many chemicals, and then wait another 6 months before the warehouse has gotten rid of all of the fumes before they can go back in there again. And then they start cutting them up and then sending them everywhere.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not made up. You can Google that shit. And if Macca's decides to sue us, then this is a comedy show and none of that was real. So
it's all tongue in cheek. It's satire. Now, according to
Sam's making a great point. What are those places where they serve you on roller skates? What are those places called? I've seen them.
Well, I don't think they actually had a name because that's just how the waitresses just had roller skates and they bring your food out to your car out in the car park.
Holding it on the thing and skate along. That'd be sick.
There were also roller drive-ins too, which was dangerous because it's hard to roller skate at night on uneven concrete.
They've got one down at the Gold Coast, just inland of the Gold Coast. They've got one. A drive-in.
And also on the Gold Coast, the QT Hotel, they come out of the foyer on roller skates when you rock up because it's a 50s themed hotel. It's fucking cool. But anyway, the couple that found the fries, they apparently have them sitting on top of the fridge in a container, and they said for the right price would be happy to sell them. But yeah, there it is, the OG Macca's.
Damn.
Pretty groovy.
So did they eat the fries? Were they still good or what?
No, they're sitting in a container on top of the fridge, and yeah, they said they'll sell them if anyone wants to for the right price. It did look a bit like the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
Well, assuming you're talking about the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane. If it's another Muffin Man, I don't know.
Wow.
Yep, so there you go. Macca's fries, 63 years old and still identifiable as fries. They didn't decompose and disappear. They were still sitting in their little packet intact.
Well,
you want to put that food in your system, really?
Yeah, I'd give it an eat.
Imagine if every single person in the world has one McDonald's fry. If anyone who's ever eaten McDonald's fries, imagine if everyone's just got one sitting in their stomach the entire time they're alive because it just doesn't dissolve and get digested.
That would be pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
Isn't that chewing gum? I'm pretty sure chewing gum doesn't dissolve. Is that true? Maybe that's a wives' tale.
Don't know, but you know that little bit of Coca-Cola. That Coca-Cola you've got there, stick some in a glass or a little jar and drop a 20-cent coin in there and see how long it takes for it to dissolve.
Yeah. No, it won't dissolve. It'll clean it. It'll come out.
No, see how long it takes to actually dissolve it. That's your project.
We used to leave them there overnight. They used to come up clean the next day.
Yeah, you got to leave it for a bit more than overnight.
Oh, wow.
It's not like you're going to be racing out there to spend 20 cents anytime soon.
I don't even think
can't get anything for 20 cents. Yeah, no. What is a freaking coin anyway?
Oh, yeah, so we've got more batshit protesters, right? So this time,
yay,
for the climate. So for good causes, obviously, the real thing that's going on. So they've decided to block a highway, a main road, and block off endless amounts of traffic, people getting their jobs. And so one lady, she was starting her new job, first day, and she's had to call up and let them know that she can't get to work because these fuckheads have blocked the road. And do you think any of them are sympathetic to that? No, of course they're not. And then she starts going on. I'll let her rant, but she's not impressed, and these guys don't give a shit. Yeah, Greta's friends. Greta's friends are back. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
And there's Teslas at the front.
1.5 degrees.
What's even more hilarious is those were Teslas right up the front there. Tesla. Which is funny.
Wealthy people being inconvenienced.
Look at that. It goes around the corner. You can't even see it.
It does. So what's this goofball going to say?
Some dumb shit.
1.5 degrees is...
He can't even remember his talking.
Are you serious?
Are you
I started a
serious?
new job today. I've been unemployed since April.
Are you serious?
I have an interview today. Are you serious? That's not fair because of how you feel. This is the wrong way to go about it. The wrong way.
Are you serious?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Y'all always do this is the wrong way to go about it. The wrong way. You guys are wrong. So I'm supposed to be unemployed again. If I miss this interview, what's going to happen to my family? Y'all don't care, do you? I know you don't. You just shook your head. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Sucks that they're making her look like the bad guy in this.
You reckon she looks like the bad guy?
Yeah,
because
they
like
didn't.
the bad guy.
Because they didn't interview the dickheads that put the line across the road or anything, and they're trying to make her look like a Karen.
She's not
I
a
reckon
Karen. I fully agree.
I know, I'm totally 100%, but just the way that was done.
I don't think she came across bad at all. I think.
But
she
what
was
are what were they even protesting? What was the thing about?
The old man was about to say the climate is scientists say the climate's going up by 1.5 degrees because of all of our emissions. So they're trying to stop people on the highway from driving.
Yeah,
and that's
because it didn't come across, is my point. Yeah. Maybe it just wasn't well edited, that video.
Well, it was live. It was a live stream that occurred of it.
Yeah, happening.
Okay. But that's why.
What a bunch of knobs. Why can't people be arrested for that, for like, public nuisance kind of stuff? Just piss them off. You don't. You've got a right to protest peacefully. You don't have a right to like disrupt people's well-being and their lives. That's
even when you do protest it, at least here in Australia, you actually have to arrange it. Like you can't just walk out onto the highway and do it. Like you actually have to book it in.
Yeah.
So
yep.
Yeah, I don't think what they're doing there is legal. But since when did these morons give a shit about the law? They don't care. They only care about themselves.
And they're not protesting.
Showman
has arrived today. Groover. Look at his little friendly wave.
We should just send you over there, Sav. We'll get Sav. We'll pay for her tickets, and we'll go send her over to the Yanks.
Just to smack everyone.
Slapping them. Yeah, just slapping them all. Showing up to all the protests, just slapping them. I would watch that. I'd pay to have that made. That'd be hilarious.
No, Humanimal. Wait, I'm not saying she was a Karen. I said that footage. I thought it was an edited version, and it's like she's well within her rights to say what she's saying, as is everyone else. But it was more the way it was edited. Like they didn't, to me, I didn't understand what the protest was about, and they just highlighted her. And I think they needed to show the smartasses who were blocking the traffic, shaking their heads and being obnoxious fuckwits. That's my point. I'm 100% beside her and behind her. Like, what a pain in the ass! It's bad enough that. Yeah, like backing her, don't turn this into porn, Finn.
You know what I mean? Like, story, Tori.
It's stressful enough being stuck in traffic just when you're going to work, let alone on your first day.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
How's that phone call go? Yeah, sorry,
I'll call him animal. Hey, Lola.
For my first day, I can't make it in. Sorry,
no one's
been blocked by a bunch of artards. Oh yeah, sure it has.
Gotcha,
no, it has. It has.
Chat is weird for me because I'm not driving the StreamYard bus, so I have to keep popping over to YouTube and popping. It's a pain in the butt. But nobody puts Lola in the corner.
Look out, Sav.
Welcome,
kisses
mate.
To everyone. So welcoming. Good on you, Sav.
That's a kiss for you, him animal.
No one kissed Sav back.
Gratuitous sunny shot. Surprise, surprise. Where's the floof?
What do we got next?
She's snoring. She's snoring like my dearly departed dad. She snores like a truckie.
Don't be saying that.
It's like, she does. My dad was a loud snorer, and so she. This cute little, pretty little fluff ball, and she snores like a truckie. Not that my dad was a truckie, but he snored like a truckie too. All right. Okay. Oh, this one's kind of for Sav because I know she likes stories that are
UFOs.
There. Well,
crazy. Let's see some aliens. What do we reckon?
This is more about aliens, yes. And
that's her thing.
Okay, here's a little
kisses
game.
Of aliens. That's Sav's deal.
Who do you think the planet voted for if the opportunity?
Which planet?
Comes our planet Earth. if the opportunity arises for us to communicate with aliens, who do you think has been voted as the best person to be the spokesperson for the planet?
Putin, for sure.
What? I'm waiting to see what who chat says before I share my story.
Chat. What do we reckon? Maybe the Black Zionist fella. What's his name? Neil deGrasse. I'd vote for him.
Savannah says me. Joey says not Donald Trump.
Thank you,
Can you imagine?
That one's for you. Donald Trump would be
Lawler, Bill Gates. Interesting. I actually love now this was a survey of like 2,000 Brits, by the way, but I love who they chose.
Go on.
If you can throw it up there so everyone can see.
Who?
Sir David Attenborough.
I'd back that.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
I know.
Yeah.
And this story is the only thing that's batshit about this story is that we're actually deciding who's going to talk to aliens.
Yeah.
That's why
I'd be totally fine with that.
Me too. He'd be up there going, we are now on the
He's a fucking
surface
legend.
of Mars, about to have a chat with an alien that I have observed in the wild.
I think I've watched every single series of his at least 3 times each.
Aliens,
mind you, baked out of my mind, but still.
I love him. He's a great dude.
I've got all of them on box set.
Docos are the best. He actually, Finn, have you seen the one that he did the voiceover for about Tassie?
Oh no!
Like last year or the year before. It's like very new. Well, not. It's very You've got to watch. It's beautiful. I mean, he didn't come to Tassie and do like he used to. I mean, he's 90, but but he did the voiceover for it. It's just listening to him talking about this amazing little island. Oh my God, I just cried and cried and cried. It's beautiful. But anyway,
about David Attenborough. So I went to. So when I have guests on my channel, I bring up their emails, which is usually very difficult, and then I email them to try and get in contact and say, "Hey, do you want to come on the pod?" When I was trying to get the contact details for Attenborough, because I wanted to have him on, because that would have been friggin' awesome. Turns out he doesn't have an email. You know what he has? His home address with a post office box, a mailbox with his home address on the internet. You can just Google it and you'll have his home address with his actual postal address. And so you can write him a letter whenever you want. And I was thinking, do I write him a letter and say come on a podcast? But no, that's how good of a person he is, that his address is out there publicly. And when's the last time you've ever heard of anyone going there to attack him or anything? Never.
Ooh, nobody would.
Anyone like that. Yeah, exactly.
Your address would never be out there if you're a shitty person, put it that way.
Exactly. Yeah. And as famous as him as well. So I ended up not writing him a message because if he doesn't have email, he's not going to do a podcast. So,
well, it's still nice to know we can do that. So the little poll, it was 2,000 adults in the UK, and they voted for him over Brian Cox and Barack Obama. I know you won't be upset about that one, Finn, but also Barack. I'm talking about.
I used to watch him
about
when
Obama.
I was high as well.
Elon Musk was humanity's 4th pick, and Boris Johnson came in 5th place. So Brian Cox came in 2nd. I know. Well, can you imagine Boris Johnson? I don't think so. But it was done by National Geographic. And, I think that's a really beautiful concept that if and when the chance arises for us to chat with aliens, Sir David Attenborough has been selected as representing the very best of humanity. It's just a shame aliens don't exist.
Oh, wow.
I am the killer of dreams. Sorry?
Brian Cox would be a great first choice when David carks it in 100
I had to
years.
justify putting the story. I loved the story so much. I just had to say that the thing that's farcical about it is the alien component.
Is it now, though? I think everyone's accepted aliens by now. Everyone's on board.
ET didn't convince me. Well, if I don't go with that angle, there was no reason to include that fabulous story in the show. I have to find something. And I can't say the poll was batshit because he's the perfect choice.
We could say it was
I mean,
batshit
okay.
that
It was
Boris
basically
Johnson got.
Boris Johnson came in
Yeah.
5th. All right.
Yeah, let's agree on that.
But
That's a
yeah,
universal
bless
agreement.
for David Attenborough. And I mean, do you know what?
Hmm.
Aliens would fucking love him. If they were going to talk to anyone, it would be him.
They probably have already.
They might have.
David is
They might
96.
have.
He is very old. And he's still
So
got
he's
another 100 left in
96.
him. He's out of control.
He's hoping.
Oh, he won't die. He's too awesome. Death will come knocking and be like, oh, no, I can't do it. I'll come back
Joe
to
Wilson, Ozzy Osbourne. Well, he might live to be 300. You're right. Him and Keith
intelligent
Richards.
too. He's pretty intelligent too. So it might. Keith Richards he makes no sense how he is alive.
They're
It
both
makes
just
no
preserved.
sense
I know.
how he is alive.
I know. It's brilliant.
He used to, and I'm not making this up. He ran out of veins to inject heroin. So he used to start injecting heroin into the veins under his dick because they were the only ones left that hadn't closed up. And he is still going. And he's still going, okay? This makes no sense.
That's why he's amazing.
Oh, he's out of control. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So we got some funny comedians who have decided to insult the previous American president, and it immediately backfired on them. So let's check this one out. This guy is very funny. A very funny comedian. Okay, you ready? You'll be laughing your ass off at how funny this guy is.
I'm in the car with 5 6-year-olds on the way home from a long birthday party day at Universal Studios. Suddenly, everybody you know starts texting, did you see what Trump said about you, all at once? And then the kids start asking, what did Donald Trump say about you? Well, kids, what the former president of the United States said about me and Stephen Colbert and all the late night hosts, I guess, is this. These losers are dying. They are bad for our country, which is in serious decline. Nobody wants to watch this negativity anymore. There's nothing funny about them. They're highly overpaid, easily replaceable fools.
Now, that's not an untrue statement.
I was about to say I agree with all of that.
Overpaid, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Easily replaceable. Yep. There's thousands of comedians lining up.
Yep. They don't even do anything because the writers behind the scenes are the ones who make jokes.
Correct.
Easily replaceable, straight up. Nothing funny about them. Correct. That's why they have writers to write for them.
Yeah. Correct.
Anyway. So guess what happens?
And yet, unlike you, we still have our jobs. So
Oh, sick burn. Did you hear that burn, Tori?
But it's not because as if Trump earned like a millionth of what he used to earn before he was president. Like the president's salary.
He never took a paycheck. He didn't even take a paycheck.
Well, there you go.
You know that? He didn't take a single one of them.
Well, there you go.
So it gets better. It gets better. What do you think happens?
Bring it on.
What do you think happens next?
1 week later.
Breaking news overnight, Hollywood writers going on strike, bringing many productions to an immediate stop, including some of the biggest shows on TV. Our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, is in Los Angeles with more.
This morning, the Hollywood juggernaut grinding to a halt. The Writers Guild telling its members to prepare to start picketing this afternoon after the union and an association of media companies failed to agree to new contract terms. The first to feel the effects of this strike, late-night comedy shows like ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live. The first to feel the effects of this strike,
late-night comedy shows like ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live.
That's such a perfect time to stop on his face too.
Isn't it?
Wipe that grin off your face, Jimmy.
1 week later. And
come up with some original material, mate. Now all your writers are striking.
What a fucking...
See, they couldn't even do a show. They're like, we have no writers. We can't write anything. We're not funny. Fuck.
We're not going to be able to do anything. Oh, my God.
That is That is
Hilarious.
literally and figuratively comedy gold.
Brilliant. Mm-hmm. 1 week later. 1 week later. No, you can't make this shit up. This shit is so funny. Oh, my God. Just the smugness.
That's what they say. You got to be.
I've still got a job. Yeah, right.
Yeah, look how smug he looks in that photo. And he has still got a job. He just can't do it because he doesn't have the writers to write the material so he can do his job.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Gold. Is there any more? Bring it on.
Nah.
There's nothing funny about them. They're highly overpaid, easily replaceable fools.
Yeah.
And yet, unlike you, we still have our jobs.
That's not entirely accurate.
That's not entirely accurate. Yeah. So good.
Brilliant.
So good. All right. What do you got,
Yay. Finn, I've noticed you haven't been sucking on your vape much, mate.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Do you want a
Yeah, I've
little-
been vaping the whole time.
Can
Or
you
you give
vape-
a like and some scrizzle for the vapes.
Can you do a
Hashtag
little
vape
vape
nation.
for as an intro, like to set the scene for my last story? This has got everybody upset.
How's it? What is it? Vaping?
Gonna show you a little video, Finn.
Oh no. Here
Brace yourself, Groover.
I'm braced.
Australia is cracking down on e-cigarettes as it tries to stop
good
the
luck.
alarming rise in teenage vaping. The government announced
I order mine from China.
to ban
China.
recreational vaping as
Are you listening to this?
Yeah. He's saying they're banned.
Australia is banning recreational vaping.
No, Vape
You are
Nation.
going-
Vape Nation for life.
Sorry?
Vape Nation. You can't ban Vape Nation.
Dude, this is the news that came out this week. Like, it's 2 days old.
Yeah, keep
Australia is banning. Yeah, well, you need to. I thought you'd want to listen to this story considering you're a passionate recreational vapor.
Hit me up. I'll sell them $100 a piece.
I don't know about the voiceover on this one, but anyway, here we go.
as well as the import of non-prescription vapes and limit nicotine levels. The new measures are intended to ensure that vapes are only sold as aids to help smokers quit.
Over time,
They were announced by Health Minister
So essentially what's happened this week, Mark Butler, who I went to Adelaide Uni Law School with, by the way, he's one of
Don't
my
brag.
alumni. Well, I don't know if it's bragging. I mean, he was a fellow student. You know, not everyone likes Mark Butler, but essentially, unless you get a script, you will not be getting vapes. That is what they are planning to bring in because there are so many young folk, and the government has done such a brutal job of getting rid of cigarettes by charging $60 for a packet or something now, and trying to get rid of smokers. So
For a
the
20 back.
the
For a 20 back.
vapes are now going to be banned as a recreational thing. So unless you get a prescription, you won't be vaping.
Your
It's
only
pretty
other
big
choice
news.
Is to email the Batshit channel, and I will sell them for you for $100 a piece. So
There's
anyone
totally
wants
going to
to
be a
get
black
around it.
market.
only for the youth, though. Only for Australia's youth. I will not sell them to adults. So you have to be under 18. Hit us up in the email. $100 a piece. There we go.
And I'm not name
$58.95
dropping. I
pieces.
went to school. I went to uni with the guy. Okay,
I'm not name
Laura.
dropping,
I will tell you my year. Do you want to know some of my
guys.
fellow
Oh, gosh.
students
Here we go.
at
guys.
Adelaide Law School? No, this is really weird, Finn. It's actually bizarre. So Mark was in my year, so was Natasha Stott Despoya, and so was Penny Wong and Christopher Pine. All four of those fuckers were in my year at Adelaide Law School. True story. They were all really full-on student politicians too. And they've all ended up being politicians. Isn't that crazy? In 1 year.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how wacky our parties were with those four hanging around? Isn't it bizarre?
Mm.
And look at what they all
There you
did
go.
with their
It's a small
lives. And
world.
here I am in my living room doing a weekly show called Batshit.
Oh, Ruth here as well.
I'm
Yeah,
happy.
it's way better.
I'm happy
It's way
though.
better.
Hey, good morning,
Have a
Ruth.
vape whenever we want. Yeah. So any use in
I
the
bid
country, hit
deliberately,
me up.
Lawler. It's
I'll
called
import them for
having
you.
fun. 58.95. There's cigarettes
Yeah,
down here
for a
that are
20
over
pack.
$60 for a 20
Oh
pack.
yeah, yeah. For a 20 pack.
I
It's freaking
remember.
ridiculous.
I remember my friends and I going, when Winnie Blues get to $5, we're quitting. That when there's no way we're going to pay $5 for a packet of cigarettes. Holy shit! Holy shit!
When I was
so
when I was still in the Navy, when we used to buy them on the ship, they would give you a limit of 2 packets a day, and I think a 30 pack was $5 on the ship. Yeah.
2 packets
so
a day.
And you could only buy 2 a
In-
day.
When you were in the Navy.
Yeah. So you'd buy 2 packets,
In
and
the
then everyone else who didn't
Navy.
smoke would buy them. This is a comedy story, so it's not true. Everyone else who didn't smoke would then buy them and then distribute them accordingly.
You used to also be able
Not
to
a
go
true
into,
story. Not a true story. This is all made up comedy stories. Okay, guys?
You used to be able to go into a tobacconist and buy a packet that had 2 cigarettes in it for like 10 cents.
That is a great idea. That is a great idea.
Yeah.
I should bring that back.
Lawless Corner said he'd quit if smokes got to $1. Yeah, a friend of mine the other day, we were talking about the $5. Funny enough, the $5 thing came up in conversation, and they said, no, I was determined to quit if they got to $2.50. Fucking hell. Yeah, crazy. So, yeah, if I'm putting smoke in my lungs, it better get me stoned or it's a waste of money. Oh, Savannah.
That's very true. That's
my
very true.
spirit animal. That makes total sense. Total sense. So, yeah, that's my last story.
Weird, lol. I don't know what that means. Apparently, I'm not sleeping on the right side of the bed.
How are we now in Finn's boudoir? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Who took
How
us
do we get
there
there,
and
human?
why?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the reference. Alrighty, I got a 2-parter this time, Tori. Are we ready?
2-parter.
Yeah. So old mate Klaus Schwab, he's come out with a little message for everyone. We all remember the leader of the world, yeah? This fella, the leader of the New World Order.
Oh, yeah. The New World Order. Yep.
He's come out and he's basically having a bash at people who want to keep their jobs.
I still reckon it looks like that Triple J doctor, you know, the one that does all of the...
Carl, Dr. Carl.
Yeah, Dr. Carl. Don't you? Look at his profile.
He's definitely up there. So he just basically comes up and insults people for wanting to keep their job and, you know, provide for their families. So let's have a listen to this.
We can only speculate. One of the speculations.
I also love how he doesn't sound like a comic book villain. I like how he sounds like a real human being as well.
Hang on a sec, Finn. I can't. No,
that,
Finn, stop. Stop. You're going to have to start this over, but not straight away, because look at Humanimal. She's quoted this thing in chat and we're all losing it. Smokers smoke, not a butt. Be a woman, not a slut. Have you ever heard
I don't remember that.
None of us have. I'm sorry, I completely lost. I saw Joey's reaction and I'm in the same boat. I'm not bagging Dr. Carl. I'm just saying that guy's side on looks like Dr. Carl. He does.
That sounds like an insult to Dr. Carl, though.
I love Dr. Carl. It's not Dr. Carl's fault this guy has a similar profile. Why does everything have to be criticism? I love Dr. Carl. It just turns out. I mean, I'm almost liking this guy because he reminds me of Dr. Carl.
No, we don't like this guy.
Exactly.
This guy is the next scraggly gaggly guy. All right.
Scraggly gaggly. All right.
We can only speculate. One of
I'm not going to dignify him by saying his name. You know. This guy.
Speculations is that about half of the jobs in the United States, a highly developed country, is threatened today to be replaced in the next 10, 15 years by artificial intelligence, robotization, three-dimensional printing, and so on. And that's, for example, also certainly one of the reasons for the success of presidential candidate Trump in the United States, because so many people are afraid to lose the job.
Yeah, so that's why Trump won, because too many people are scared to lose their job, Tori. They're too scared to lose their job. Anyway, so there's a follow-up to this one. There's actually a second video.
I can't understand him either, Savannah.
The Honourable Deb Haaland is in front of the Senate, and she, guess which side she's on? New World Order, obviously. She's getting quizzed, and this dude is not having any of it.
Jobs.
Senator Hawley destroys her. Are we ready for this one?
For blue-collar workers in this nation are valuable resources. The livelihood and well-being of American families are valuable resources. The ability of America to have our own industry and not be dependent on China is a valuable resource. Why should those things for millions of Americans be sacrificed favor of your agenda for radical climate change.
There's like 1.9 jobs for every American in the country right now.
There you go. Did you know that? There's 1.9 jobs per person in America. Did you know that? Does that sound like a real figure?
What?
1.9
I think
jobs.
I think this show's better when I do the last story because I always have like a woman rooting a fence or something funny.
This is funny. This is funny. Wait till you hear his reaction. It's quite
okay. Well,
now, so I know there's a lot of jobs.
Wait a minute. You're telling me we've got too many jobs in the country?
Well, I'm saying that we don't have enough people. That's why we are.
And you're sitting here and telling me that we have too many jobs in this country? Are you serious?
We are moving forward. We're doing our jobs. We're fulfilling our mission for.
You're not moving forward. You're moving backward. You're shutting down and denying permits for mines in this country where we can develop our own resources. You're shutting down oil and natural gassing permits. You're approving taxes and royalties that deliberately suppress American energy development in favor of a climate change agenda. And now you're sitting here and telling me we've got too many jobs in this country. We've got gobs of jobs in this country. We don't need any more jobs in this country, which is when it comes to blue collar workers in this country, you're on your own. Good luck. Good luck to you. We got plenty, just shut up and go get a job at McDonald's, whatever.
How insulting. How insulting is that? Like, oh, no. You don't need those jobs anymore. We'll just send you off to Macca's because Macca's is in dire straits.
Yeah, but imagine if it was Macca's from 63 years ago. I'd want to work there.
It would be better. They'd probably pay you back then as well.
I would have loved going to work in that McDonald's that we showed earlier. That building. I want my house to look like that. I could make my house look like that.
You could. Maybe that's an idea for the next one. The next house.
No, this one. I've got the full glass frontage. I just need to add the curvy bits.
Yeah, add the arches, the golden arches to it.
I could.
And then people can come work there.
They can on roller skates.
They need the jobs. They need the jobs. The blue collar jobs. We don't need the blue collar jobs. Anyway,
we'll have 1.9 jobs for all Tasmanians.
For every person in Tasmania, yeah.
Including Sunny.
Unfortunately, a dearth of legacy pollution in this country. Those are jobs, good paying, well-paying jobs with benefits that Americans are having because of President Biden and his policies. And we're proud to move those issues and those programs forward for the American people.
My time has expired. I'll just say in conclusion again, trading off American energy security in favor of your radical climate change agenda, shutting down good-paying American jobs in our energy sector, and then saying the explanation is we've got plenty of jobs in this country, I think is the most potentially, and this is quite a high bar, I might add, the most unbelievable statement I have heard from a member of this administration.
How is that not
plenty of jobs in this country? I think is the most potentially.
I mean, nothing that comes out of America surprises me.
The most
Any
unbelievable
of these
statement I have heard from a member of this administration.
You talked over it, so let's listen again.
That was the second time you played it.
And this is quite a high bar, I might add. The most unbelievable statement I have heard from a member of this administration.
Wow.
What Lawler said. I'm with Lawler.
Yeah, what did Lawler say?
Yeah, I'm with Lawler.
I would rather see the USA disappear up their collective asses. Well,
yeah, you need to. I mean, come on, man. That was the worst batshit offering in a long time.
Telling people to quit their jobs. So Klaus Schwab started off saying people are going to get upset that they're going to lose their jobs. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, but you played funny American shit tonight. In fact, everything you've played has been American.
They need to lose their jobs so that they can go work at Macca's.
Yeah, but it doesn't surprise. The other stuff was way funnier, man.
But it's still bad. I'm not saying the other stuff wasn't funnier, but it's
but I see, but it's kind of better if it's funny. I mean, you're being heckled in chat for it not being funny. Like
I don't give a fuck.
I'm the funny part of the duo, and Finn needs a comedy writer, but unfortunately, he's on strike right now. Look how she's making America great again. Well, she certainly is doing that. Absolutely. didn't see the speeding car that almost took the cop out, but that sounds batshit too. I did have to cull my story, so I'll just do a quick recap.
Yeah, let's have it. Let's have at it.
Before we suggest that that was a fail. Finn has no sense.
Fuck up, Sav. I'm going to give you a timeout for that one. Fucking.
Well, I've got to stay live for 5 minutes. So just a quick recap.
Yeah, go on.
The statue of David's penis getting a school principal sacked, and Italy rewarded her with a flight there to see David's doodle in the flesh. We had bang bang feng feng. So, that was funny, Finn. More of that. More bang bang. Less boo boo. Yes, the Chinese spy love scandal. Then we had the 63-year-old McDonald's fries found in a wall in a house in America, but we got to see a very groovy OG Macca's. We had the anti-climate. Well, were they anti-climate change? What were they? The people that blocked the road, and that girl was so upset, and rightly so. So David Attenborough has been voted as the person to represent planet Earth when we start speaking with aliens.
Don't push me, Sav. I'll do it.
No writers, no comedy. Wipe that grin off your face, Jimmy Kimmel, you smug prick. Recreational vaping in Australia hasn't been here for very long, and they're already going to outlaw it. Unless you got a script, you ain't vaping. And I'm not even mentioning the last story. There's no way anyone's going to vote for that.
But you can still buy ciggies. How good's that?
Vote now. Well, it's more to combat the younger generation that they were hoping would never light any cigarette in their lives, So take it away.
Ciggy lollies that you'd buy at the sticks.
Yeah, they were called fags when we were kids. They're fads. They're fads now, but they were fags. All right, vote groovers.
What are you going for, Tors? You haven't voted first in ages. Been letting you
Your animal's sister went and saw the statue of David on her honeymoon, and she said it's impressive.
There you go.
Greta's friends. All right, the traffic mob. We'll just put them.
Which one are you going for,
I'll
Tors?
put Greta's friends. Well, I'm doing the scoring at the moment.
Which one are you going for, Tors?
I voted early last week. I've got to do the adding up, Finn.
No, you didn't.
I did because it was a draw, remember? But it was a lay down misere. My vote isn't important. I'm scribing. You bloody talk about your vote. I've already lost the votes now. The votes.
Wow.
Okay, next week you can write the summary and do the recap and add up the votes, and I'll ask you to give your vote in the middle of doing that too.
Okay, all right.
Greta's friends. Another one by Ruth. The USA disappear up their collective asses. Okay, Aliens with David Attenborough. Yeah, good one, Savannah. I knew you'd vote for that. I'm actually Statue of David's doodle. No, I'm the 63-year-old immaculate McDonald's fries. That is batshit.
That's believable, though. That's so believable. I'm not even surprised.
Disgusting.
Of course it is.
The job. Joman is voting for the job comment. Joman.
Good on you, Joman. Joman coming in from the left field.
He's trying to make you feel better.
Yeah, good on you.
It'll be a mad documentary with Attenborough speaking to aliens would be beautiful. It looks like Greta's friends. Oh, Finn, who's your vote for?
Oh, Greta's friends. They're insane. Blocking the highway.
They are.
That poor lady miss work.
I just wanted to throw. I can't believe that 63 is on and a box of McDonald's fries are still intact. That's repugnant to me. So Greta's friends blocking the traffic have won the day, and I hope that girl who was upset, I hope her new bosses were proud of her for going up there and trying to get them to move on. And they're like, we've employed a feisty woman who knows her rights and won't take
I hope they saw the video to know that she wasn't lying and making the story up. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
I hope she gets the job.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope she got the job.
Greta's friends aren't worthy. Sav. Come on now, they were plenty batshit.
Well, it is pretty batshit to do that, but yeah, in other parts of the world, people are just running you over. Ooh.
Would they? I don't know about that.
Now, hang on. Chat just disappeared. Savannah wanted us to play the speeding car almost hitting a cop. I don't have the inclination
What are you talking
to
about? I
search
don't
for
have
it.
that at all.
Oh, there was something yesterday. But you guys can always send us stuff to smoothcriminalchannel@gmail.com. You just need to get it to us a little bit before we're about to go live.
Or at thebatshaveshat@gmail.com.
Which I thought was the bats have hat.
No, thebatshaveshat@gmail.com. So if you want to send your stories, that's where
Finn created that Gmail, and when he gave it to me, he was like, "Can I have the login and the Gmail?" And I'm like, I think he meant to say the bats have hats, and he's left the S off the end. And then the other night, he's like, "No, it's the bats have shat," and I'm like, "I read it as the bats have hats."
If you want to copy and paste it, people,
huge
just go to the
Dr.
info
Seuss
on our
fan.
page. It's right there.
Dr. Seuss is my favorite author. So, like the cat in the hat, the bat in the hat, why the fuck not?
He loves Japanese people too. He's a big fan of Japanese people.
Well, wait, if you look, I'll write it in chat. The bats have.
It's on our info page. Just go click it there.
and I thought it was. See, it looks like the bat shaves shat. I mean, the bat shaves hat. It can be read lots of ways. It's the most ridiculous Gmail I've ever seen.
The bats have
I just
shat.
thought Finn was. I thought he was dyslexic, and it's the bats have hats. I'm sorry, I did.
Nice.
One Finn.
What does that even mean, you animal? What the fuck? Alrighty, guys. Are we doing Thursday morning next week, Tours? What are we doing?
Oh, hang on a sec. Let me check my diary.
All right.
I'm old-fashioned.
We're still here, guys. Tori's just checking her old diary, flicking her few pages, seeing what's going on. We're still, Tori's just deciding when we'll be back next week. Stay tuned, and Tori will let you know. 3, 2.
Oh my god, I've been muted.
When are we going, Tours?
What did you say? Thursday morning or night?
Mornings, because I'm on night shift next week.
I can't do Thursday or Wednesday morning next week.
Wow.
Or Friday, in fact.
Wow. What are we going to do? Saturday morning? Wake up to batshit instead of your morning cartoons, guys.
I can do Saturday the 13th of May. I can do that.
Let's
I'm
do
in the
that.
wrong week.
Let's lock it in.
No, I'm in the right week. Saturday morning. Okay, let's do it.
There we go. Tune in 8:30 a.m. Saturday morning, guys.
On Saturday the
weekly
13th of May. Don't
There we
say
go.
we don't mix things up for your groovers. Holy shit, that's going to be an early one. Great show, everyone. Good to see all the beautifuls in chat. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us all. You are awesome.
Yeah.
I know. Well, this is the when we do the early morning ones. That's for our friends around the world that miss these nighttime ones. So you know,
is it? I thought you said you hated everyone else that wasn't Australian.
I love everyone around the world. There's only one anti-overseas country.
Sav, you better be setting a
panel.
bloody alarm for the 13th, all right? You better be
We
here.
won't be surprised if
Otherwise-
you miss it. No
All right.
self-respecting human being should be doing anything at 8:30 on a Saturday, but we will.
Alrighty. No, human will just take them on Sunday. That's all good. Alrighty.
Join the
Catch
replay
us all-
crew.
Catch us all on on the next one. See you later.
See you all very soon. Actually, Finn, I can do Wednesday morning. I can do
we're not
Wednesday
gonna do that,
morning.
no.
We are.